Welcome to ComSpark. My name is Jan Wenda, and with me I have Jim Tayo, the CDO of Nationwide. Hello, Jim.
Hey, Jan. How are you?
Good. Thanks for joining. Good to have you. I have a few questions for you.
Excellent.
So you're the CDO Nationwide and leading transformations with the data. And I'm wondering what type of impact you are creating within Nationwide, leveraging data analytics.
Yeah, data for Nationwide has been a core component how the company's been successful for the last 100 years. But I would say that in IT and data and analytics in particular, the speed of change and the type of transformation that is occurring is unlike anything we've ever seen. So it's really imperative for us to have a concise data strategy, data and analytics combined, to really turn that transformation into value in the business outcome level.
So what are some of those important aspects of the strategy that you have, some priorities for you within Nationwide?
Yeah, there's a couple I'll hit on. One of them, one that I really harp on a lot at Nationwide, is typically we've had 80% of our data only available to around 20% of our associates. So how can we deploy a data democratization framework where we're still securing and governing the data appropriately, but we're giving much more data, more access to our associates to impact that value-based and fact-based decision-making that is ultimately going to create the value necessary for Nationwide.
Okay, well, that's interesting. And this data democratization, I mean, obviously there's a goal, but then it's how we actually do it. And it is not simple, especially visualization, that's one side of things, but then, with the data, making that accessible, how you guys do that?
Well, and it's one of the proudest moments that we've had within the data program, and something that I'm really passionate about is this idea of virtualization. So let's play data where it lies, where previously we'd had big transformational programs that physically co-locate data. And the way we're doing that at Nationwide is through what I'm classifying as a marketplace. How do I create a fully digitized, virtualized environment where associates can very quickly, in a one-stop shop, go and find data, explore data, understand data, and ultimately, if they need it to do additional activities or more advanced work, then they can extract that and put it into their business processes. So we're doing that through data.nationwide.com. That's our marketplace that we're deploying across the entire enterprise.
Okay, so actually even market in a certain way that people can easily access. There's a name to it, so actually create it. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
How do you get to this point? Was it like a multi-year program, or that's something that you more built iteratively? How did that happen?
Yeah, interestingly enough, the marketplace itself, when I came to Nationwide, it had been an idea that I had at multiple other companies. I played the CDO role at a large bank down in North Carolina, publicly held, and then I was down at another mutual and was the first CDO for the bank down at USAA in San Antonio. So I've had this idea for the last, let's say, 7 to 10 years of building this fully virtualized marketplace, but really haven't had the technology or the deployment mechanism to make it happen. So when I first came to Nationwide, I was talking to our chief data architect. I was telling him some of the big ideas that I've got, coming into a new organization. And interestingly enough, he was talking to one of his lead architects. Over the weekend, they downloaded the CCAN platform, CKAN. It's the underlying platform for data.gov, if you've ever been there, and created an MVP over the weekend. And so within a couple of weeks that I had been there, they came, they demoed it. They actually had a couple sample data sets already prepared. We could do an elastic search and go see those data sets. And the idea was born. And it's just been incremental, and it's crowdsourced, and we've just been building on it over time. Was not a transformational program at all. I would say to date, over the last 3 years, we've spent much less than you would for a component of a transformational program to try to deliver this type of functionality.
Well, that's actually impressive, because that's the best part, where you actually start from something that works,
Yeah.
prototype, MVP, and scale that further.
Exactly.
How do you, within that, I mean,
Yeah.
iterative is kind of, nice to evolve, but there are also challenges involved in that, especially when we're talking the data, with the aspect of the data quality and the governance of that, how you, on one side, expose the data early enough, but at the same time, don't expose your business to the risk of having wrong data.
True. And that was another factor of the data program, because you're so right that we don't want to jeopardize. If I'm going to say that Nationwide is a protection company that's technology enabled, and we're providing that those products to the people, businesses, and futures, and with extraordinary care, if that's our mission, and the data is really a digital representation of those customers, and as the custodian of that, I've got to very ethically continue to manage that digital twin, if you will, of our customers inside our environment. So we partnered with our information risk management group, and within my area, we deployed an enterprise governance framework that, again, started small with a small steward community, continued to expand, and I have to give a shout out to the team that they did win the 2019 Best Practices Award for Data Governance from DGIQ.
Congratulations,
Yeah,
very well
thank
done.
you. So it's a very, governance is not typically the most exciting concept that you talk about within data and analytics. Everyone wants to talk about artificial intelligence or more advanced analytic practices. But without governance and without that appropriate control for the quality, the trustworthiness, the custodianship of that data, no analytics can occur. And vice versa, if you don't have a good analytics strategy to turn that information that you're creating with the data strategy into action, equally, you're not going to have the value that you truly can get when those two things come together.
With the power comes big responsibility for the data.
Yes, thank you. Uncle Ben, Spider-Man reference, well
Exactly.
done, well done. See, we're data guys, you get that reference.
All that fun. All right, thank you very much. If you want to learn more, visit comspark.tech